All right, bet. So yeah. All right, bet. So you guys can see my screen. All right, cool. Yeah. So you could definitely have a pen and paper out. We'll do Q&A at the end as well. We won't go too long just because me and Vic Terry do have that op call at 8 p.m. So we'll just do a pretty much a crash, probably like a 40-minute crash course of like just literally just understanding like flow. Like when you think of trading, just think of, I just got to be in flow with what's going on. Like if I'm not in flow, then it's not going to work for me. So don't make it so after this call, I feel like you should be able to explain this to anybody. You know what I mean? You should be able to explain it, without even, talking about it's a $6.6 trillion market, et cetera. But definitely you want to just understand like, all right, like, yo, let me not complicate this. Let's really get into markets. I really do this. Like you really got to tell yourself, I really do this. Right. So trading with flow, right? I just want to go over something real quick. I want you guys to understand what this is first. Just go over two specific things right now because I'm gonna start doing these at least once a week. But I really just want people to just start understanding and just be like, oh, okay, you know what? It's not as hard as I thought it was, right? So the first thing I'm gonna go over is just how to literally just train your eyes to see things. Simplify things for yourself first. So when you open a chart, just understand you gotta simplify things, right? Yeah, look, right? A bullish engulfing candle, just think Shaq and Kevin Hart, right? I'm going to just leave this here. You can screenshot it if you want. Just understand, like, you got to understand these candles. There's about 2 to 3 important candles that you need to know. And this is one of the 3. This is one of 3 that you should know, right? So when you think of trading, just understand bullish engulfing candle. Just look for, I'm looking for Shaq and Kevin Hart. Like, I'm looking for Shaq and Kevin Hart. Like, I'm identifying those, right? So those are some of the things that you want to start to identify of what is going on, because you got to understand this candle is very powerful. So understand that this candle is powerful. I got to look for this candle, right? Specifically in an uptrend, you want to go ahead and look for that, right? Uptrend, right? So I'm gonna go over like what that means, going over the charts and everything. But just understand, bullish engulfing, Shaq and Kevin Hart. Like I'm looking for a big giant candle that's green, and then I'm looking for a small one that's red, right? That's what I'm looking for on the higher time frames, because that's on the higher time frames. That means that on the lower time frames, those are big moves that are happening. So just understand that. Very, very simple, guys. Like I'm not gonna go ahead and be like, yo, this is liquidity. This is, I'm not going to get into all that stuff, but it's very, very simple. Like after this, you should be able to train your eyes and understand what's going on, right? Right. Next thing, right? Think about your trend, think about trends when you look at the markets, right? Just think about trends, uptrends, downtrends. Just think trends, right? But think fashion, right? What's happening when fashion is in style? What's happening? People are buying and selling, right? People are buying and selling, right? People are buying the newest iPhone, looking to go ahead. If they got it from somebody, they still want to sell it and make a profit off of it, right? People are buying the designer, right? Because that's in style. They're buying Dior, they're buying, we all know Gucci is canceled. So, they buying Louis or whatever other top brand is out there. Understanding the trend, right? Understanding the trend of what's going on, because if you don't understand the trend, it's going to be tough. And a lot of people think that, you trading with trend lines, or you trading with the trend and stuff, that's retail trading. It's actually not retail trading. It's actually not retail trading. So like understand that, like, you want to be in the right. And I'll give you a lot of good examples with smart money. I'll even, give you some examples with some teacups. And I'll even give you some examples with like break and retest on how all this stuff applies when you need to know the trend, right? It's not rocket science. I want everybody to just take a deep breath. That's exactly how you're going to come into the charts and not bring no stress to it. We don't want to bring no negative energy to the charts. We want to feel good. We want to look good. And when we're looking at the charts, we want our eyes to just really understand what's going on. So we got to understand the trend, right? So that's pretty much it, from right there. And then I'll go over some stuff next week. But right now, let me go ahead and go to the charts right now, so we can any specific pairs that you guys want me to look at real quick. Any specifics? I was on EJ. You guys can drop it in the chat if you wanted to. If not, I'm gonna pick the ones that I want to go over. So if no one picks anything, I'm literally gonna go over some stuff. But let's go over just how to identify certain things, right? So let me see if anybody wrote in the chat. If nobody wrote in the chat, then we're not gonna do it. I'll go ahead and I'll do mine, right? So let me go over. I'm gonna go over a smart money move. But you're gonna understand, that it still worked, right? It still worked, even though we were talking about smart money. Smart money is like, institutional trading. It's not hard. I'm just gonna literally just show you like how it is, how it works, right? So I understand that, right? First let's go to the higher time frame, right? Let's go to the daily, right? Let's just check out the daily. What is going on? If anybody, can you type in the chat right now? Is this an uptrend or downtrend? Just, literally just type in the chat. Like, is this an uptrend or downtrend? This is the daily, right? This is the daily. So every single day, can you guys please, write in the chat right now, what is this? Is this an uptrend or downtrend? Like, can you guys give me some participation? All right, cool. Is that the only person? Is that the only person who knows what's going on? Give me about 3 more answers, man. Come on, family. Let's have an interactive, good session. Okay, Vic. All right, Vic, Rochelle. They know what trend we're in right now. Right. Let's go ahead and be animated today. Right. Let's go ahead and be animated today, and let's really like paint the picture, right? Like really paint the picture, right? Really paint the picture, like, right? So really paint the picture. All right, so we got the all right, Shabazz said, downtrend with some consolidation, right? But guess what happened? Guess where this plane has to go? Guess where this plane has to go this way. Right? It's nothing blocking it. This plane has to go. So just understanding that, right? Understanding, what type of trend we're in. Now let's go to the 4 hour and let's diagnose, right? Let's get to work, right? Let's get to work. And we see, it's a lot of, buying and selling. What that means is, they're buying here, right? They're buying down here, right? Let me go ahead and get me a pointer or something. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, let me get me a pointer so you guys can see, what's going on, right? So they're buying down here, right? And they're selling up top, right? They sold there, they sold here, right? They bought here, right? They're just a lot of support and resistance, right? They're doing basic stuff, right? Understand there's some consolidation on this 4 hour time frame, right? We understand that, right? That it's a sideways movement, but that's how CAD-Chef works. And I love this pair because it's so smooth. It's not going to make you a lot of money, I'll be honest with you. So you do have to, bump the lot size up, but it's really good for some new people who want to see what's going on, right? So, so we got the consolidation, right? But we understand that we're still in a downtrend. So let's play ball now, right? Let's play ball, right? The first thing you want to do, and I'm gonna show you how we got into this, right? I'm gonna show you how we got into this, right? And actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this all over so you guys can see, right? I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything, right? So you guys might be saying, "See, John, I'm looking at this chart and I don't understand nothing." All right. First of all, let's 4 hour time frame. Let's go ahead and look for the big moves that happen, right? Let's zoom in, right? And what we want to look for, we want to look for Shaq and Kevin Hart. Like that's what we want to look for, right? So we're gonna zoom in, and we're gonna find Shaq and Kevin Hart, right? We're gonna go ahead and find. We're gonna find them because that's the big moves that's happening. right? Right. But this big move here, this is a what they like to call a order block. I'm not gonna go ahead and confuse you, so we're not even gonna talk about order blocks. But this right here is Shaq and Kevin Hart, right? This right here is Shaq and Kevin Hart. We see a few more. We see another Shaq and Kevin Hart. We want to start to just identify. Let's just train our eyes, right? Let's just train our eyes, right? That's one thing we want to do is just train our eyes first, right? And then we see what the big move is. They selling to buy, right? They selling to buy. So let's go ahead and box that up. That is a bearish engulfing. It's the opposite of a bullish engulfing candle. So it's the opposite of a Shaq and Kevin Hart, right? It's the opposite of that, right? And I'll go over some of that a little bit next week. But for right now, we're just going with the Shaq and Kevin Hart right now, right? So we got right there. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see a little bit more. And go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. So, we see Shaq, and we see Kevin Hart, right? Just keep it simple. We see Shaq and we see Kevin Hart. That was the big move. We see the tall building and the small building. Easy. Just literally just the big black building and the small blue building. Big blue building, small black building. Like, we understand that that's Shaq and Kevin Hart, right? So we understood that, right? Now I'm gonna give you guys some a little bit of sauce of how to actually look for that smart money stuff. Now, what you want to do is you want to start labeling stuff, right? You want to start labeling stuff because we got to be able to paint this picture because this is a canvas. This is a canvas. So what we want to do is right here we see equal highs, right? We see equal highs, right? So what we'll do is we want to start labeling this stuff. You guys are watching Zach and Jordan on Go Live, right? They come on at 3 p.m. and I believe Vic Terry he went ahead and sent the link there. But we want to go ahead and label this equal highs, right? Equal highs, right? Let's go ahead and let's go find another equal highs and go ahead and show you. Very simple. So start identifying that stuff when you see it, right? But like, okay, what is an equal high, right? It's self-explanatory. We have one high right here. We have another high right here, and they're identical. So we want to put that there because we're gonna start painting the picture. Start painting the picture, right? Another equal high, right? So we're like, okay, what are they looking to do? What are they looking to do? Let's go ahead and find. I'm looking to go ahead and find a good. I guess we could call these emojis or something like that, right? I guess we could call these emojis, right? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna choose this. Let's just make believe this is a bag, right? Let's just make believe, right? And they're coming back, for the bag. They're coming back for the bag. It's a bag here, right? And it's a bag here, right? Right. So they're coming back for the bag, right? You know what I mean? They're coming back for the bag. So they went ahead and gave people were buying and selling here, right? We got all these wicks. They're trapping all the buyers and sellers. You can't really get anything out of it, right? And then we notice, right? They did the same thing, right? They did the same thing. They said, all right, we're gonna sell off, right? And then we're gonna go right back up, right? But everybody knows that we would just label this point, right? Because this was the lowest point. Let's go ahead and label this point, right? Because we know they're going to come back and test this area again, right? They're going to come back and test this area, right? So let's go ahead and mark that area off, right? They're going to test this area again. We know that, right? And what did they do? They came back, they test the area, right? Always want to look left to make sure you're right. Look left to make sure you're right. So the rules is you come in, look for Shaq and Kevin Hart, understand where the trend is going, cool, right? Let's look for our equal highs, right? Equal highs. They do have equal lows. If you want to get more into it and go ahead and label your equal lows too, you can do that as well, right? But paint the picture for yourself so you can start to see things So when you see people calling out trades, you're like, oh, wow, I got the same markup. Oh, wow, I have the same exact markup. That is crazy, right? So understand that they came back to this zone. Now what I did was I marked this off. Now for me, guys, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people draw their fibs and they mark off like the 50%. But I know how to judge it pretty well just because I've been training my eyes for a while, right? So I knew that this Shaq and Kevin Hart candle, right? I knew that this when they sold to buy, I was like, okay, they're gonna come back. This was the bank move, right? This was the bank move, right? We got the bread right here. We got the money. All the money's right there, right? And what we have is, right? What we have is a bearish engulfing candle, which is Shaq and Kevin Hart. Shaq and Kevin Hart. And now they're gonna come right back to that zone. They didn't come here. We had our pending order just waiting up here. Pending order means it didn't activate, right? So let's go ahead and type that up. Let's just put pending order, or let's just say clap zone. We'll call it a clap zone, right? We'll just call it a clap zone. Like, come up with names to make it easy for you. For me, guys, I'm very simple. I hate school, guys. I really didn't like school. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? But this is simple. This is simple. I don't want you, and we'll mark up another one too. We'll mark up another one, right? And I noticed, right, this is what, Zach and Jordan do on Go Live. I'm just going to be honest with you. And this is one of my favorite emojis. Like, that's where we're putting our zone. We caught this move, right? Caught this move. Even though it was a bullish engulfing candle, that was just to trap the buyers. That's it. It was just to trap the buyers, right? They gave the bullish engulfing candle. People were like, all right, bet I'm about to ride this wave up, right? They're about to ride this wave up with a buy just because they seen Shaq and Kevin Hart, but they didn't look left because it never took out that high, right? So let me give you guys an example. Right? Let me give you guys a kind of a good example, right? So this is not why would we be buying in the uptrend? I mean, in a downtrend. Why would we be buying in the downtrend? Why? If you are, right, let's just say if you are, it is a short-term trade, which is called a intraday trade. Not looking to be in there for that long. Maybe 15, 20 pips. Why? Because you'd be going against the trend. Why would you want to go against your friend? The trend is your friend. Look at it trending down. Let's go ahead and create a. I want to be animated today. Let's go ahead and just create like some type of barrier so we know that, like, okay, but like we're playing in this fashion zone. Like I told y'all, like in the trend, like we're playing in that trend. Like understand, you want to play ball in that trend. So just think fashion. Yo, it's a downtrend. Like they out here selling all their iPhones because the new iPhone coming out. They selling all their Dior because Kenzo's about to come back out. Like, so you want to understand that you want to play in that area, right? But the smart money stuff, right? The smart money stuff, they went ahead and they gave us the clap zone. It came right back to the zone when we look left. It came right back, right? All they did was liquidity is just basically where they just buying and selling, right? This whole zone right here, like, and we'll go ahead and we'll change the color just because. Go ahead and change the color to something. We'll do it red, right? That's just consolidation, right? That's just consolidation. Consolidation means is moving, is moving sideways, right? And how do you know if it's consolidation, right? Just start learning these key terms. You get your shopping cart, right? You get your shopping cart. I'm going to be very animated today. And if your shopping cart can go across, right, that means we're in consolidation, right? So just understand that, like, we literally want to be, when you see consolidation, you don't want to, you want to be patient with consolidation, and you don't really want to play too much in that area, right? So that is that. That is that. Um, and it came back to our zone. It came back to our zone with that bullish. It came back to this candle because there was a pocket full of money here, right? That's why we put our purse here, and we put a purse here. It came back. It could have hit our stop loss, and then it probably would have went up here. But we caught this move, right? And let's go ahead and zoom in too. Let's go ahead and zoom in as well. This thing is tanking. Cash Chef is tanking right now. So let me go ahead and delete all of this, right? Let me go ahead and zoom in, right? But look at something else, right? This is something that Oren Wright goes over. Oren Wright, he's on Go Live. He was literally one of I think it was me, Shabazz, and Will's probably like favorite educator. Like I'll be honest with you. Like that was our guy, right? And he does this thing, right? He teaches this thing called, right? And I'm gonna show you right now, right? He teaches this thing, and is I love it. Right? He teaches this thing called a head and shoulders, right? So we have, right? I'm not the best art person, but right shoulder, right, right shoulder, right, and then we got the left shoulder, right. Got to start identifying that, and I'm gonna tell you what makes a good head and shoulders pattern, so you can see that. But you can see I'm mixing up everything. Like I'm not just, oh well, he's just only just teaching smart money. Like nah, if I see it, I want to play off patterns. I want to play off that stuff, right? So here we go, right? So we got the head and shoulders, right? We got the head, left shoulder, right shoulder. But guess what? If it doesn't hit the neckline, and I'm gonna show you what the neckline means, right? The neckline just means this. That's the neckline, right? If it didn't get that neckline, then it's a no good, right? But let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. We'll probably see it clearer, right? You'll see it a lot clearer, right? And you start to see the head and shoulders play out, right? You start to see the head and shoulders play out. Let's go ahead and delete this real quick, just so you guys can see. Now you didn't see it because you didn't dress it up. You didn't dress it up. But let's just say we didn't see. Head and shoulders just means that it's gonna be it's a reversal pattern, right? So we understand that, right? We had this high, and then this was our next high, right? So we understand that it's trending up still. It's trending up, but overall it is a bearish. It is bearish movement, and what that means is just a downtrend. Fashion is going. That fashion trend is going out of style, right? So people are selling their stuff, and now all we do is we mark that off. So one step, 2 step, 3 step. We understand that the market is kind of pushing up. Okay, how do we know, C. John? How do we know that it's pushing up? Well, it took out this high right here. Like this was the next highest point. Well, actually, this was the next highest point, and then this part was the next highest point, and then it formed another higher point. Oh, wow. See, John, like, that kind of makes sense. Like, it's just kind of like a step. It's like a step ladder. Yeah, right? So we understood that this move, right? This move, okay, we still here, right? We understood this move, right? That was there, right? And we saw it came back down. This is our base now, right? This is our base, right? It's our base. And we noticed that it started to make the head, right? It started to make the head. And ideally, this would be a pullback, right? This would be a pullback. I'm gonna show you right now. Let me get my arrow, right? If you guys need me to zoom in, let me just zoom in for you guys anyway, just so we could see a little bit more, right? Oh, we could see. All right, cool. So this part right here would be a pullback, right? Why? Because we're like, oh, see, John, like we want the market to actually keep going up, because this was the previous pullback. It's kind of like this, right? Let me show you. It's kind of like going up the hill, right? And then the wind pushing you back. And, and now, people would be looking for entries here, which is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea as long as you put the proper stop loss, use proper risk management. It's not a bad idea, right? And someone took that up because they said, yo, like it came back, so that's a pullback. We want to go ahead and take that trending market, right? Fashion is moving right now, right? So they see this as a pullback. Yeah, they made a little bit of money. But we're just waiting for it to hit this baseline again. Waiting for it to hit this baseline because guess what? We had some consolidation here, right? Which means if we box that up, let's box it up. Right. I hope this is making sense, family. I'm looking to be as animated as possible. But let's box this up, right? And let's just see if we can get our shopping cart, right? Let's see if we can ride this on top, right? Obviously, we can see that ride on top. Like you just gotta dress it up. Here's all your tools on TradingView. You gotta start dressing stuff up so you can train your eyes. That's the biggest thing, just training your eyes. What that's going to require is going to require you to get on the chart sometimes, right? It's going to require you to get there, right? And we understood that, it broke our line, right? It broke it, right? It came down here, right? And then we got sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Looking for this tool real quick, right? So this whole thing is our baseline, right? This whole thing is our baseline. So we noticed that it came back up, but guess what? Oh, see, John, it might be a head and shoulders because it's not really taking out the high. It's not really taking out the high. The highest point is here, and if there's, okay, wait, see, John. So if there's no higher, sorry, let me go ahead and switch this real quick. So, see, John, you mean to tell me that if there's no higher point than this, that means the market is reversing into a bearish trend? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right? So, it came down. If you took that, you took that. Right? And then it came right back, but it still failed to take out the high. So you can just call this equal highs. Right? It's still failing to take out the high. What that means is that how can it be an uptrend if there's no higher point than this point? Because this was the highest point, and then this was the highest point. It's supposed to be something else. Oh, okay, see, John, I get it now. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. If that made a little bit of sense, if it made a little bit of sense, if it made sense, drop a 1 in the chat. If you still need some more clarity, drop a 2 in the chat. But if it made sense, drop a 1 in the chat. If you need a little bit more, You're like, yo, C John, we need a little bit more sauce on this food. We need a little bit more sauce on this food, so we can go ahead and eat, so we can eat. All right. I'm looking to make it as simple as possible, right? If you have a pair, matter of fact, let's go over gold. Let's go over gold just because that's one of the trades that I caught, right? Let's go over gold, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go naked chart, right? We're gonna go naked chart, right? Let's start from the daily. Okay, see, John, what's the daily mean? That means that every single candle represents a day, right? That means that this candle right here, that this candle represents today, right? So, see, John, zoom out real quick, so we could just think about fashion, right? See, John, just literally just so we could think about fashion. So, type in the chat what type of trend this is, right? I just want to see if we getting the same feedback and we starting to understand what's going on. Because soon as you open up your TradingView, I want you to see it. So, what type of trend this is? Please. It's very simple, very simple. Okay, we in the field now. Now we in the field, family. We were in the field. Now people might be saying, "See, John, listen, man, I'm starting to get it now. I'm starting to get it, you know." But how we get these entries though? Like how we gonna get our entries and exits? Like how we gonna start to identify when we need to get in? Because I want to make some money. I want to make some money in 2020, right? So you shouldn't even be selling in this market at all. You shouldn't be selling at all. And if you do sell, it needs to be an intraday trade, right? I don't really, and if I sell and I lose a trade in this market, I can't be mad at anybody but because I'm the one that's the button. I want to look for buys, right? But there are some you do have some stuff like this. I'm gonna give you just an example, right? You do have these flags, right? And I think Tariq always goes over these flags. Also, you have what's his name? Zakar. Zakar he goes over these flag patterns as well, right? These bullish flags. He goes over this stuff, right? Here's another one, right? Here's another one. He goes over these bullish flags. You can study those. You can study those. These work too, right? But I'm sure they were waiting for buys. I'm sure they were waiting for buys. I'm sure Tariq and Zakar were waiting for buys. If they were looking for anything, or even Vic Terry, if he was trading wave theory, we have the accumulation, right? And then we have the impulse move, and then the correction, right? Correction just mean that the market is just correcting, right? So now you might be saying, okay, so we starting to get it now, but let's go down to the lower time frame and play ball now. Let's go ahead and play ball, right? So see, John, I'm looking left. Okay, I see we in a buy. We in only buys. Like it's an uptrend. I see that gold is bullish. How do we get in, right? How do we get in? Gold does something called pullbacks, right? And their pullbacks are very aggressive. I can't lie to you. They're very aggressive, right? So let's go ahead and start looking at potential times we could have got in, right? Let's go ahead and look at potential times we could have got in. We're on a 4-hour, right? You guys might be saying, but see, John, that looks like a downtrend though. Yeah, it was trending down at one point, right? It was trending down, but overall, when you look left, we have stuff behind us that are below us, right? Let me get my tool. Let me get my tool real quick. Right here, right? So, see, John, like you got to understand, see, John, I'm looking at this, right? Excuse me, this is just this teaching mode right now, right? See, John, I see all of this, I see that, but how when at one point, right? At one point there was no highest point, see, John. Like at one point before gold even bought, we didn't even know because this was the highest point. Like, how do we know to buy? Well, I mean, you can sell in this market, but it's short-term stuff, right? Short-term. You don't want to be in that because when you look left, look at all the garbage behind us and below us. So we got to make sure that if we do get in this trade, we know we're not holding on to this trade for about a day or two. We know we're not doing that. We want to stay intraday trading. Intraday means that you're holding that for a few hours, maybe the day, but you're not holding it no longer than, a day, right? And you play ball again. Be patient, right? So let's go down and let's go to the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour and let's see what's going on. Let's zoom in and see what's going on. All right. We see this bull run. Like when you see stuff like this, it's no need to be looking for sales. There's no need to be looking for sales at all. Like at all. Right? You can actually, if you guys don't know, I have the 50 and 4 EMA on here. You could have actually, probably caught a couple moves, probably, right? Right now, I don't see anything, but excuse me, my bad. I was, I was burping actually. So, So yeah, so we see it's still bullish. It's still this is the highest point. We're just waiting. If you miss this, just wait for the pullback. Wait for the correction and the pullback. Because look what happened. This came up, right? Let's go ahead and this came up, and then what did it do? It said, "Now we just gonna correct a little bit. We're gonna correct. We're gonna correct. Right? We're gonna correct. Right? And that was a pullback. How do I know it's a pullback, C. John? Like I'm not understanding the whole pullback situation. Okay, bet. Got you. Not a problem. Right? Let's get our tool right now. Sorry guys if you hear sirens in the back. You know I'm in New York City, so something's always going on over here. It's crazy. But right. So we look we look here, right? This was a previous spot of resistance, right? We're still gonna tie in everything we learned from the academy, right? And we understand this is a high. What did the market do? It corrected and it came back to a familiar spot, to a familiar spot. You ever see somebody in the street and you're like, you look familiar. You look familiar. That's what the market is doing. You look familiar. I see you in this area, and guess what? They took off. They took off, right? So that is the 1 hour, right? We can go down to the 15. I usually get entries off the 1 hour, but we can go down here, but right, it's this right here was just a lot of consolidation. It was like, yo, they wanted to trap everybody. They wanted to trap everybody. That's what they wanted to do. Wasn't really no real moves going on. Wasn't no real moves going on. If you could box it up, it's not really nothing going on. Right? So that is that. I'll go over, I guess, you guys want me to go over GBP, JPY, Euro JPY, or EU or UCAD or something. Any matter of fact, if this is making sense, drop a one in the chat if it's making sense. I just only want to make sense. That's it. If it is making sense, drop a one in the chat. If you guys have any, okay, it is starting to make sense now. Okay, everybody, we starting to see what's going on. Okay, but so that's a basic foundation of what we need to start figuring out what is going on first. And a lot of people want to rush to, yo, I just want to find out where we're gonna enter at. Like, I mean, you got to master this first before you start to like look for the entries. Like, master where exactly you know where you're going. Because one thing that I learned from Zakar, right, is he was, yo, if it's not breaking your lows, if it's not breaking any of your lows, we're still in a trending market. Got that from Zakar. We're still in a trending market, right? So understand that gold is going to do similar things, and you're probably going to see, you might see BTC do a move as well, right, which is Bitcoin, right, because they do the same things. I don't know why they do the same. I don't know why they move in the same, but Bitcoin is literally moving in a bull market. It's trending a bull market right now. Right now, if we look left, obviously we have all that stuff behind us, right? Of course, we have all that stuff behind us, but currently, like we looking in a bull market, but overall we in a bearish market. So like, if you do take a buy, you might want to look for, if you see Crypto Picasso send something out, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a BTC expert, I'm not a Bitcoin expert, right? But I trade what I see. You only want to trade what you see. That's all you want to do. You want to trade what you see, right? You can catch. You could have caught this Bitcoin buy off that 50 and 4 EMA cross. Who goes over that a lot is Tariq and Casey. Tariq and Casey, they go over the 50 and 4 cross all the time, and shows you how to make money. This cross right here, right? This is my this is my analogy, so I can remember things, right? I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see. This is my analogy. Is I always say the mayo has to cross the mayo has to cross the water, right? So that color is like a mayonnaise color, right? And that's just me. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to do it your colors. I don't know, right? But this is the water, right? This is the water. My EMA 50 is the water, and this is the mayo, right? The mayo is crossing the water. You could have caught a buy. It works for indices too. So the 50 and 4 cross does work. I add everything into the arsenal. Like I don't just specifically institutional trading, specifically smart money. I don't do that. I trade what I see, right? So that is that. I mean, let's go. We can take a look at a basic pair of Euro USD, or I'll go to GBP JPY or EJ if you guys want me to. Let's see. Let me go to the 4 hour first. Let's go to the daily, see what's going on. All right, so we understand that we're in a bear market. We're in a bear market, family. What are we looking for? If type it in the chat, what are we looking for? We're in a bear market on the daily. Every candle represents a day. So every day, you throughout the week, you see what was going on. We're looking for sales. Yes, sir. Type that in the chat so you can be on the same frequency. You could be on the same frequency. Like it's so simple, family. I just want you to just tune in, to what's going on. Right? Bear market. But now let's all right, C John, let's really get into the sauce now. Let's really pickpocket this thing now, right? What we have right here. What's the initials for when we see this right here? What's the initials? Right? What's the initials? Does anybody know the initials? Rochelle, you're gonna be a beast. That's why you keep flipping accounts, girl. That's why Rochelle flipped 3 accounts in a row. So he flipped 3 accounts. He flipped an account from $50 to $300 in a week. Come on, family. She's tuned in. She said, thank you. Come on, family. Equal highs. Equal highs. Equal high. Come on, family. Listen, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make it up, right? What did you see on Cash Chef? You saw, see, John, they're going to come back. Come on, let's go get our purse. Let's go get our purse because let's go get our purse. Let's get our purses ready so we could back up the Brinks truck. Right? Let's get our purses ready. Right? If you hear sirens in the back, I apologize. I'm in New York City. I apologize. They're going after somebody. But look, it came in our zone. I can't. Equal highs, right? You could have sniped that too if you wanted to, right? But even if you wanted to drag this across, you could have did that. You understood that it was 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. That's risky, but you can take something like that, right? But understand that all of this was all equal highs. Equal highs. But they still got some bread. They still got the purse. That's why we got the purse, because we're just waiting for it. And guess how we caught that move? We caught it with a sniper entry. Easy. All right, let's go down to 1 hour so we can see what was going on. But why would it be the safe? See, John, but why would we be selling? Well, let's go to the 4 hour again. All right. And we see it's a bear market. Since they don't believe it's a bear market, C John, right? Since they don't believe, right? We gotta. You don't even. This ain't even require no faith. The airplane the airplane is literally going down. Like what? Come on, family. So this is I want you guys to be able to understand, like, the animation is literally gonna help dress up everything. Right? It's gonna help dress up everything. Right? Any questions? You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to ask questions, just because I'm gonna be honest. We got to do a call in another 10 minutes with me and my boy Vic Terry. But do you have any questions or anything? We got the equal highs. You can put the equal lows too. The equal lows is down here, right? Equal lows. But just start identifying that stuff and just start looking left. You're gonna be like, oh no, no, no. See, John he just made things simple, man. It's about to be a crazy 2020. Right? It's about to be a crazy 2020. We'll go over some more sauce. It seems like we don't have any questions or anything like that. But let's if you got some value tonight, right? If you got some value tonight, drop a 777 in the chat, because 7 is the number of completion, right? And if you got some value tonight, right? Drop a 777. Come on, family. Family, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all had a good time. Um, we'll see y'all next week. It's not simple. What I'm looking to do is I'm looking to master, not master, but I'm looking to look at Zach and Jordan stuff and simplify it. A lot of people have been telling me they want me to be educator and stuff. I just don't want that responsibility yet. So I'm gonna come on here once or twice a week and drop some value, because I know we got some up and coming people who I want them to grow. I don't want to teach. I used to do so much teaching throughout the week that Gustavo said, move out the way and let somebody else teach, because you gotta literally, I got you with the recording. Because we gotta have some other people step up. You can't do everything, C. John. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me take a step back. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play my Mamba stuff, and let's work, family. I love y'all.
These aren't there. I got one. Next year they'll be there. That was it. Done. Were there some names that you looked at and says, these 3 guys are as crazy as I am?
At the time, I deal with what I refer to as Goat Mountain. I went to Goat Mountain and I talked to Magic, Michael, Bird, Keem Olajuwon, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Bill Russell. So I would talk to